Afternoon. My name is Jeralyn Powell, and I would like to present my thesis project, 32 Flavors of Black Women. The strong Black woman is easily recognizable. She confronts all trials and tribulations. She is a source of unlimited support for her family. She is a motivated, hardworking breadwinner. She is always prepared to do what needs to be done for her family and for her people. She is sacrificial and smart. She suppresses her emotional needs while anticipating the needs of others. She has an irrepressible spirit that is unbroken by a legacy of oppression, poverty, and rejection. This quote appears in Sister Citizen by Melissa Harris Perry as she goes to explore the identity of what it means to be a Black woman. So what does it mean to be a Black woman in America? You may think it looks like this. Because right now, being a Black woman in America is trending. But every day, Black women are faced with derogatory assumptions about their character and their identity, as the world around them demands that they be accommodating and resist being their authentic selves in order to be recognized. Black women have feelings of inferiority that are within themselves, but also from external sources. This double consciousness, as defined by W.E. Du Bois, makes it very difficult as one tries to figure out who they are. The strong Black woman is a role and an image that we all conform to for our nation, our communities, our families, other Black women, and even for ourselves. But we aren't always strong. We don't always speak loud. We don't always create magic. And we are not a single story. As I set out to solve a very different problem and look at what it's like to develop one's self-identity in the process of self-discovery and thinking about what your future looks like, I sat in a room with 4 young Black women who told me what it was like for them to go through this process of self-discovery. And what I realized is that Black women face unique challenges and problems. They doubt themselves because they don't fit into the stereotypes or expectations of what a Black woman is supposed to look like, act like, and sound like. There is division among us by the layers of identity based on our physical attributes, emotional, and other insecurities that we face. What these young women lack is a place to decide and declare who they are. They want to know who they are, what they like, and where they're headed. But one's identity isn't just about how you see yourself. It's also influenced by the interaction you have with others. So it is important to have someone who understands you, who gets you, who looks like you. It's important that Black women feel good about what it means to be a Black woman first, before they can find who they really are inside, so that they develop a self-confidence within themselves to overcome the stereotypes and find a place where they can seek affirmation, they can be inspired by others, and gain a perspective that they can only get from other Black women. Because we all know that no person is an island. We all need feedback. And these young women especially yearn to be affirmed in who they were and what they were experiencing. Black women need a safe space to regularly explore their self-identity. They need to be heard, accepted, and validated during this process of self-discovery. In many organizations, there exist groups that are called affinity groups. And these groups are based on some common identity, such as race, gender, or interests. These groups allow for people to experience a place where they can belong, a place where they can be supported, where they can be understood and acknowledged for the experiences that they're having. It's a place that promotes their self-identity. It's a place that they become more empathetic to the things around them and their experiences. And it's also a place where they gain information and able to find a network of people like them. Currently, these types of groups exist for Black women. There are sororities, there are professional organizations, and there are even interest groups like Black Girls Run and Black Girls Code. But they're bound by age, educational and professional status, social class, and interests. So what happens to women who don't fit these areas? What happens to the girl who doesn't go to college, or the woman who's retired and no longer has a professional organization to be a part of? I would like to introduce 32 Flavors of Black Women. 32 Flavors creates a space for Black women to explore their identity together. It's a safe space where conversation and activities lead Black women into understanding who they are and being affirmed in their multifaceted identity. Through a series of activities and workshops, together we explored our different layers of identity. One activity in this workshop allowed women to create their own flavor, to say who they were, how they identify, and then share those experiences with the women in the room. One of the favorite activities of the participants was being able to show those feelings by showing how they were similar to someone else. To be able to use marbles as a way to say, I support you, I'm like you, and I'm with you. These sessions also became a place for the hard discussions about what it's like to be faced with the everyday challenges of being a Black woman. We talked about race, we talked about our hair, we talked about body types and body sizes, and we talked about just what it's like living in Memphis and being a Black woman. This was also a place where there was emotional and instrumental support for each other, for us to share about what we needed and how we could help each other. Through these activities, women were able to see just how diverse they are and realize that there are so many different flavors of Black women. It was an opportunity to share stories among generational groups. It was a place for self-reflection, as well as a reminder that we are not alone. They were able to acknowledge and validate each other's experiences, and then also given a place to think about their identity and remember that being a Black woman is special. Because what Black women really are hidden in plain sight, enjoying life, organized chaos, and more importantly, Black women are enough. It is my hope that this session can be repeated and taken to other cities, states, and other places where Black women can have safe spaces to dialogue together about who they are, to be affirmed and be proud of what it means to be a Black woman in America, and then to find the unique things that make them each special. I would like to thank my thesis advisor, Archie Coates, my program director, Cheryl Heller, the participants who participated in my focus groups, F+ Creativity for space and strategic support. I would like to thank Karen Proctor, the DSI staff, my DSI cohort, my babies, and my first-year babies, the Single Moms Club, Andrea and Amanda, for supporting each other and holding each other up. I would also like to thank Dr. Mary Palmer, Dr. Monica Dillyhunt, my mom, my sister, and my fiance. Thank you so much for your support through this process.